A tree unlike any other in the world, standing completely alone, silent and apart from every forest on Earth. A place where, beneath the ground, lies the highest concentration of nuclear weapons anywhere in the world. From strange missile accuracy patterns in the Chinese desert to the massive effort of freeing a 50,000-ton ship stuck in the Suez Canal. Sometimes, Google Earth shows us more than just satellite images. Sometimes, it offers a glimpse into secrets that defy our imagination. And today, we'll try to uncover the stories behind a few such extraordinary satellite images. Just outside of New Mexico, in a remote region, there's a raised mound on the ground covering approximately 14 acres. Its perfectly square shape makes it clear this is not a natural formation. It's man-made. From the east and west, two roads converge on this mound and disappear into an underground tunnel. The entire area is guarded by numerous watchtowers, underlining its immense importance. Just nearby is the Kirtland Underground Munitions Storage Complex, revealing that this location is one of America's most critical weapons storage sites. Situated within the city of Albuquerque, inside the perimeter of the Kirtland Air Force Base, this facility is believed to be the largest nuclear weapons storage site in the world, reportedly housing around 2,500 nuclear warheads. Although detailed information about this site's construction remains classified, it's believed that deep below the surface, anywhere between 80 to 120 feet, lay a network of heavily fortified vaults. Looking at Google Earth's historical imagery, it appears that this site was constructed sometime between 1985 and 1991, during the height of Cold War tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union. During the peak of the Cold War with the Soviet Union, our next location takes us to the Nevada desert, home of the most barren and lifeless areas in the United States. Here, across miles and miles of dry, dusty land, something strange appears when viewed from satellite images, especially from 3,800 feet above the ground. A massive square boundary becomes clearly visible. Zooming in within this square reveals some truly bizarre structures, letters like H, O, X, and L, as well as other geometric shapes. These formations are spread out over an 18-acre stretch of desert. But the most intriguing part? They lie in a place so remote that even the nearest town is hundreds of miles away. So the question arises, what are these anonymous structures? And why were they built here? Historical imagery reveals that their construction took place sometime between 2006 and 2010. Tracks from vehicles can also be spotted in the surrounding area. After extensive research, it was discovered that this area is part of the U.S. Navy's Fallon Range Training Complex. This vast complex spans over 84,000 acres and contains multiple ground targets used for military training, and these odd structures are among them. These buildings are actually made from stacked metal containers, deliberately arranged to resemble a fake city or village. Here, air-to-ground missile systems are tested in simulated environments. Additionally, spy planes and satellites use these targets for zoom calibration, focus testing, and precise coordinate alignment. Within the same complex lies a massive circular structure marked with precise north, south, east, and west direction lines. This too serves a critical purpose. It helps spy satellites calibrate their optical systems. When a satellite orbits the Earth, it must confirm whether its zoom is accurate, whether its focus is sharp, and if the locked-on coordinates are being tracked with precision. To do this, the satellite needs a known visible target on the ground, a structure whose shape, size, and coordinates are pre-fed into the system. And that's exactly the role these structures in the Nevada desert fulfill. Now, we travel to China's Taklamakan Desert, where deep in the sands lies a bizarre grid pattern spread across 500 acres. It's so massive that even spy planes flying at 80,000 feet can spot it without the help of any instruments. Though now partially buried under sand and soil, this pattern was clearly visible in 2005 when it was first created. This site is believed to be a Chinese military calibration and missile targeting zone. These massive grid designs are used to improve the accuracy of drones, spy planes, and guided missiles. China has built dozens of mysterious structures across this desert, many of which remain unexplained. Just west of the grid lies another strange series of marks. Here, you can see small square shapes, each with large pits in their centers. Each square is precisely 45 meters wide and 45 meters long, and the craters in between them range from 3 to 5 meters in diameter, roughly the size of a car. These squares form a perfectly straight 5.2-kilometer line. If you draw a line from one end to the other, the precision is remarkable. The squares align exactly parallel with that line. While some of the squares now have roads or wind turbines constructed over them, satellite imagery from 2004 still clearly shows the original marks. Earlier blurred imagery from 1985 also reveals a faint lineone that runs perfectly parallel to the one we just drew. The purpose of these structures remains unclear, but given their location, they're almost certainly part of China's missile testing range. This is exactly why many believe these may very well be missile accuracy testing marks, and if that's true, then the precision is simply unmatched. Now we move on to the West African nation of Mauritania, to a port city called Nouadhibou. What's visible here at first glance may seem like an indistinct blur, but zoom in closer, and you'll see the astonishing sight of thousands of fishing boats tightly packed, tied side by side. These aren't ordinary boats. They're traditional wooden fishing vessels used by local fishermen. In Mauritania, the fishing industry forms a critical part of the national GDP, and a large portion of the catch is exported globally. But the challenge is this port is relatively small. It doesn't offer enough space for all these boats to anchor individually. Add to that the Atlantic Ocean's notorious storms, and the risk becomes even greater. A single boat not properly anchored could break free and cause a domino of destruction. That's why, every single day, the fishermen return and tie their boats together, boat to boat, side by side, creating a massive interlinked web. This strategy keeps the boat secure, and the anchoring charges are also shared among all, making it cost-effective. During the COVID-19 lockdowns, when the entire world was paralyzed, Mauritania's fishing industry also suffered heavily, and during that period, the port here was even more crowded than usual. This can clearly be seen in this satellite image captured in October 2020, a dense swarm of boats locked in place, awaiting a chance to sail again. Now let's head far away into the emptiness of the South Pacific Ocean, 635 kilometers south of New Zealand. Here lies a lonely landmass, Campbell Island. The island is lush, covered in green grasslands and scattered bushes, but what makes it remarkable is not its greenery, it's what stands alone in the middle of it all. A single tree. Visible even from satellite imagery, this lone tree is a Sitka spruce, the only one of its kind on the entire island. In fact, according to the Guinness World Records, this tree may not only be the most isolated tree on the island, but the most isolated tree on Earth. It was planted in 1901 during an expedition, and had that moment in history not occurred, this island might have remained forever treeless. This tree is believed to be the most isolated tree on Earth because the next nearest tree stands more than 275 kilometers to the northwest on a distant island called Auckland Island. Our next location takes us deep into the heart of the Amazon rainforest, the largest tropical forest on the planet. From satellite view, you'll notice that many parts of this vast jungle are completely blurred. That's because Google Earth doesn't update high-resolution imagery for regions where there is no perceived need for pixel-level clarity. But in a few isolated pockets, unusual patterns appear, small clusters of circular huts hidden beneath the thick green canopy. These aren't random, they're signs of undiscovered or uncontacted Amazon tribes. This particular location lies deep within the Amazonian basin, near the border between Brazil and Venezuela. Experts believe this could be a settlement of the Yanomami tribe, one of the most isolated indigenous communities in the world. The circular huts seen in the satellite image are called Shabonos, a traditional communal structure where entire tribes live under a single roof. The Yanomami are hunter-gatherers, surviving off monkeys, fish, and fruits found in the dense rainforest. They've built their settlements mostly near rivers, depending on water for survival, transport, and hunting. In times of illness, they rely not on modern medicine, but on ancient knowledge of jungle herbs and plants, a practice passed down through generations. This area is so remote, so deep into the green abyss, that even satellite cameras can only catch glimpses, revealing just how untouched parts of our planet still are. This part of the Amazon rainforest is so remote, it lies in a region where there isn't a single town or settlement for over 250 kilometers in any direction. The jungle is so dense, it is virtually impossible to reach on foot. Within this vast green wilderness, over 400 different tribes are believed to live, 100 of them so isolated. They have no idea that other humans even exist beyond the jungle. According to estimates, 1 million people reside across the Amazon rainforest, living in complete harmony with nature, often unseen by the outside world. Now, let's shift our focus to Egypt, where a rather peculiar scene was captured near the entrance of the Suez Canal in a satellite image. What you're looking at here is a semi-submersible vessel, and on top of it sits a massive dredger ship equipped with specialized machinery designed to scoop sand and sediment from the canal's seabed. It appears this Chinese-built semi-submersible ship, named Jinhua, had accidentally run aground near the Suez Canal's entrance. The dredger was deployed to remove the seabed material and create a navigable path for the vessel. The discoloration in the water indicates ongoing dredging activity, as the sediment is being actively pulled from beneath. Semi-submersible vessels like Jinhua weigh over 50,000 tons and are used to transport oversized cargo that can't be shipped using traditional methods. These ships partially sink their rear sections underwater to allow loading, and as a result, their hulls can sometimes scrape or get stuck in shallow waters, particularly in congested passages like the Suez Canal. And with that, we come to the end of today's incredible journey. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the mysteries captured by Google Earth. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and share it. Thank you so much for your warm and encouraging comments. Until next time, stay curious, because the world is full of secrets waiting to be discovered.